Hello, music lovers. Yes, I'm back again with another CD roundup. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I knew I was here for a reason, and that's the reason. I've got a stack of CDs. I'm just looking at the ridiculous stack I've got over there. I just keep picking up really good stuff. And I know these don't get as many views as the vinyl videos, but, well, I just want to share what I've got. So, we've got a little stack here. We'll start off with this one. If I put those back up there. This is from Martin Parrott, and he has made his own CD up. So thanks very much, Martin, for sending that. I finally listened to it, and it's an interesting listen. It is an interesting listen. There we go. Right, okay, so on to the actual purchases. Now, I've got some absolute classic albums here that I didn't have anywhere, so I'm quite happy to pick them up. One artist that I'm kind of getting into a bit more, who I didn't resist for the longest time, but I just wasn't interested. And then I heard one of her albums, and I was thought, oh, this is actually quite good. So I do pick up stuff when I see it, and this is Joni Mitchell, and this one is It's Clouds. This is a great album. Really loved listening to this. I did know one song, Both Sides Now, is a really famous song, and I don't think I ever realised that she actually wrote it or recorded it. And anyway, but this is quite lovely actually. When was this released? I'm not sure exactly when this was released. Somebody will know. Doesn't actually say anywhere on the packaging at all. Hang on, there we go. (1968-69) is that when it was released? It's got 67. I presume it's late 60s, somewhere in 1970, somewhere around there. But it's a really good album. I really like that. So I will be looking out for more stuff that she's put out. Maybe somebody can recommend some of her best albums. I've got Blue, and I've got this one, and that's it I've got by Joni Mitchell. Right, another classic album. I've got a compilation by this guy, but this is beautiful stuff, beautiful music. Nick Drake, 5 Leaves Left. What more can be said about this guy? Just gorgeous, gorgeous music. Absolutely fabulous from start to finish. So glad I got one of his complete albums now. I've been picking up. Now, I did a Eurythmics video, and on that I said I did all their 80s albums up to, not including We 201, and I didn't include Peace either. Let's do that one first, which is now here. And it's not as bad as I thought it was. I am sort of getting... I think I might even have them all now, but I've, all the Eurythmic stuff, all the Tourist stuff, all the Annie solo stuff up to a certain point. I'm not going to get the Christmas album, I'm not going to get some of the other stuff, but I've got that now. This was much better than I thought it'd be. It's nowhere near their best albums, Sweet Dreams or In the Garden or the other one, Savage, or even Be Yourself Tonight, I guess, or definitely not Touch. But it's okay. It's sort of AOR rock. It's okay. I will listen to it again, but it's quite nice to have it. And I also picked up Bear by Annie Lennox. This is this a double version? Yeah, it's a double CD version. So you've got I think this is a DVD you get with it. There we go. A couple of songs and an interview. It might even be a CD. Is it a CD? Oh, it's a DVD. And then you got the album itself. This is, I think it's the last album of her own stuff that she did. But this is a good listen. Actually, I think her solo stuff is quite often underrated, actually. I've been listening to it again, and I think I dismissed a lot of it just because it seemed to be a lot of that kind of adult, boring crap. But it's actually there's some. She did a lot of good songs actually. So I'm re-evaluating that stuff at the moment. Right, what else did I get? Oh, I picked up this for £1. Up by Gabriel, Peter Gabriel. Obviously, I love the first 5 albums, and I saw this for £1 and I thought, right, I'm having that. This is a good album. I only listened to this once, but that is definitely going back on in the car. Yeah, really good stuff. I mean, Gabriel, you know, it's always worth a listen, always. Love that. What we got here? Oh, classic Van Morrison. Another £1 purchase. These are all £1 or so. I never... Oh, did I buy... Yeah, I got... Yeah, these are all £1, I think. What can you say about Moondance? It's such a great album. I can't believe I didn't have a copy of it anywhere. I've heard it loads, but great album. Really great album. Fantastic picture of Van on the back. What we got here? This is... Oh! Now, I had to rebuy this because I've lost my copy of it. I don't know where it went. And it's the only really affordable way of getting a certain track that I absolutely love. Now, this is Minnie Riperton, and this is the... What's it called? Les Fleurs, the Minnie Riperton anthology. Now, the track that I absolutely adore, and it's probably one of my favourite tracks of all time, is Les Fleurs, which I think is just one of the most beautiful, mind-blowingly gorgeous songs I've ever heard in my life. It is amazing. Now, she released an album, I think it must have been late 60s, called Come Into the Garden, or Come Into My Garden. And it's quite expensive to get at the moment. I'd love a vinyl copy, maybe sometime, maybe Christmas, I don't know. But this was only about £1.50. I got this online. I'd lost my original copy, which was pretty careless. But it's got Les Fleurs, which it has me in raptures. Another brilliant track is I'm a Black Gold of the Sun, which she did with another, what's the band that she was in before she went solo? Hang on a second. I can't remember. Rotary Connection, that's it. Rotary Connection she was in. And it's just fabulous song. And then, of course, it's got other stuff. I mean, Loving You's on here. Good version of Light My Fire. But yeah, main reason I got that is Les Fleurs. I just cannot go on about. It's definitely one of my favourite songs of all time. Absolutely magnificent stuff. Right. Couldn't believe I got this. Oh, this was £1.50, so I paid a little bit extra for this. This is a reissue of Aretha Arrives. More fantastic stuff. Brilliant version of Satisfaction. She does an excellent version of 96 Tears. Just absolutely life-affirming soul. It's just absolutely magnificent. Absolutely love it. Superb. Great reissue as well. Now, this is an album that people told me about this, have told me about this album, how good it was. And I thought, this band, I thought they were past their sell-by date by the time I recorded this. But this is UFO, and this is Walk on Water. I managed to pick this up for £1. I know I showed this when I was listening to it on Facebook, and somebody was looking at it and said, it's a ridiculous price even for the CD, apparently. So this was an absolute bargain, and it is a fantastic album. Absolutely fantastic. I know Chris, Merely Chris, absolutely loves UFO. But this is terrific stuff. This is when, I think it's when Schenker got back in the band, and just a terrific album. This is I think it was originally only released in Japan. And I remember buying a copy when I lived in Japan for a friend of mine, and I never got it for myself, and I never listened to it, and I really wish I had done, because I would have loved to own a Japanese copy now. But this will do. Fantastic album. Loved it. Bit of Dylan next. Self-Portrait. Now this gets slated, and I can't see why. I really can't. I love listening to this from start to finish. Every single song on here. Yeah, he's got the croon. What he uses? Is it? No, he started using it on a previous album, but his crooner voice, which is it's taken me a long time to get used to. But when I listened to this, it kind of made sense with the kind of music that he was recording. Yeah, it's typical Nashville, slushy, sloppy, sentimental country. But I don't know, he just pulls it off for me. I don't know. I mean, Grail Marcus, I think, what was his review, first line of it? What is this shit? Well, I think this is actually a good album. Yeah, it's smothered in production, and I think he's released now one of his bootleg series where he's released the untarnished versions of these songs, or a lot of these songs, and I'd love to give that a listen. But I thoroughly enjoyed listening to this. Great stuff. A artist that I've been re-investigating. I listened to some of his stuff a while ago, but this is I think it's the second CD I've got by this chap. This is Rufus Wainwright. And this is Poses. I'm really getting into his stuff now. There's some really... kind of is not just singer-songwriter. It's much more than that. It's he uses a band much more. And I think this is actually a really good listen, so I'd recommend this as well. I only listened to this once, maybe twice, so I can't really... There's no real standout tracks, but it's definitely a good listen. And then the final CD I'm going to bung in to this little roundup is this one. Pick this one up for 50p. This is a band called Pelle, and they were around sort of the early 90s. 92 this was released. And I always thought they were some kind of baggy band, but they're not. They're an indie Celtic soul band, or an indie Celtic band. Really strong Irish influences on this, and kind of like a more indie Dexies, I guess. That's probably where we're at with this one, and it was a really good listen. Really enjoyed it. Album's called Fireworks, as you can see. Yeah, really surprised, really pleased. Excellent stuff. Right, there we go. Quick roundup of some of the CDs I've got over the last... Well, this was about... I picked them up in a batch, really. I went shopping around Exeter and picked them all up. And there's going to be many more CD videos to come, so I bet you can't wait. Yes. Anyway, that's it for now. And I shall see you all soon with, I think, what next. I've got a few videos that I've got planning on making. One will be a special on a certain artist who meant a lot to me in the 90s. Got to get that together. And there'll be another vinyl update very shortly. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. And I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, everybody. Bye.